So I've been a guest on a bunch of interview shows lately. Inevitably, the question of what branding actually is always comes up. The whole idea behind branding is something I discovered kind of by accident, kind of on purpose. But back when I first started my business, I was a logo and design company. I was a website design company. I did websites, I did logos, I designed marketing collateral. You know, I was just like all the others doing the same thing. But what most people actually think is that I was trained as a brander. So of course, all I'm gonna talk about how awesome branding is as a way to keep me in business. But actually, it was the opposite. When I had simply a design company building websites and designing logos, all I was getting were clients who wanted a website or wanted a logo. Makes sense. But what I started to realize after a period of time is these things didn't actually help the business. All it really did was gave them another tool of which they had no idea how to make it effective in getting them more business. One day a client hired me to do a website for him. Through the conversation, he had mentioned about how much competition he had and how it was tough because he was relatively new in the field and that he really needed to overcome these challenges. You know, he kind of needed a brand and he just threw that word in there and it kind of hit me but kind of didn't, and we just kept on talking. The strange part is in my head as a designer, I always thought branding first. So when I was doing his website, I actually backed up a bit and I thought about what is the message he wants to put out there. So he didn't hire me to do it, but I designed him a logo and I wrote the copy for his website and I designed it all with a cohesive mindset in delivering a universal message. When I presented it to him, he was blown away. He literally said to me, "It's like you were in my head. How did you do it?" What I realized was this business didn't need a logo, it didn't need a website, it needed the strategy that would make those things effective. So what I did was I flipped my business around and I offered strategy first and I backed it up with the design part. When I started doing that, it started to get great results for my clients. The strange part is, at that time, I realized my brand was terrible, a complete failure. And by then I had developed a great branding process. So I put myself through my own process. I figured if it worked for others, it should work for me. And that's when the concept of the Beast brand was born. After several years of virtually no attention, very little clients, and very little money, once I launched this new brand, it was only a matter of a couple of months before I got huge amounts of engagement and higher paying clients. Well, it just proved to me that the branding strategy was the missing piece. That was the thing that was necessary in order to make all the other parts work. That's when I became a branding company. Because branding worked for me, it worked for my clients, it can work for everybody. So if you're out there and you did your own logo, or you bought one off the internet, or you had your nephew do it, I'm just here to tell you, it's not gonna help your business. Neither is your website. With all due respect to all the do-it-yourselfers out there, it's not gonna work unless you have the strategy. You're gonna need to get the strategy in place before you do all those other things, and then your business will explode.